In the past year, I've spoken to 50 plus agency owners about their growth goals. In over half of those cases, they'd previously worked with a lead gen partner and been disappointed. In fact, a client that we've had for over a year was previously working with an agency that guaranteed 20 appointments per month and only booked 5. The worst part of it was that our client spent months and months chasing up those leads and never got anywhere with any of them. But here's what some people won't tell you. Sometimes the partner isn't the problem. If outbound hasn't worked for you, there are really only two reasons why. One, you picked the wrong partner. Two, you weren't ready to close what they delivered. In this video, I'm going to dive into both. Part one is the partner side. So most agencies evaluate partners on the wrong metrics. That's things like cost per meeting, number of meetings booked, and reply rates. Now these are all great in isolation, but the problem is that none of these tell you what a closed deal actually costs. Cost per meeting sounds great until 4 out of 5 of those meetings are tire kickers and you're spending dozens of hours every month just chasing them up. Meetings does not equal pipeline, does not equal revenue necessarily. Now what you need to do is take a holistic approach that also factors in the following. So number one, targeting depth. That's not just industry and title or simple firmographics, but also company stage, company size, growth signals, tech stack, hiring signals, right? Number two, reply quality. So sure, send it over is very different from this is interesting, we've been thinking about this. Both are positive replies, but one is much more likely to close. And if you're working with a partner that simply palms off the positive replies for you to turn into meetings, that's going to make a big difference. Number three, progression rate. How often do calls lead to next steps? If 80% of your calls are ending with thanks, I'll think about it, there is a clear qualification problem. Now, if you want the full deck that I'm going through here and the outbound readiness checklist, which is 10 questions to ask yourself and any potential partner before you get started, click the link in the description to download that. So key questions to ask before you sign with anyone. How do you qualify before booking meetings? Can you show me an example of what targeting and copy look like? And what's your client retention rate? If all of their clients are churning at 3 months, the economics simply aren't going to work for your agency. If their clients are staying 6 to 9 to 12 months, then they might. Now you need to look in the mirror at the same time. If you've been through 2 or 3 lead gen partners and it's never worked, the common denominator might not be them. What you need to understand is that cold leads are fundamentally different to referrals. Referrals already trust you, they've heard good things, and oftentimes they're ready to buy immediately. Cold leads don't know you, they're skeptical, and they might be comparing you to 4 or 5 other options. If your sales process is built entirely around referrals, it's going to fail on cold leads. Signs your sales process might not be ready, so there's no clear qualification framework. You simply take every call and hope that it works out. You don't control the conversation by setting the frame and then uncovering pain and leading them through the sales process that way. It takes you months to disqualify people, so slow disqualification. If it takes 3 months and a custom proposal just to find out that every single prospect was just exploring, that is going to be on you. And not tracking the right metrics. Show rate, progression rate, proposal to close rate, what gets measured gets improved. And so if you don't know these things, you can't diagnose where things are breaking. The referral trap. Now you might be at 2 million, 3 million, 4, 5 million, and referrals are oftentimes what got you there. But the problem is that referrals don't scale predictably. You can't forecast them, you can't turn them up whenever you need more pipeline. And so you try outbound and it doesn't work immediately. And it might be very tempting to blame the partner. Now the problem oftentimes is not that outbound doesn't work, it's that your sales muscle has atrophied. Because you've been closing warm leads for so long, you've forgotten how to sell to cold ones. Outbound failing is almost never just one thing. Usually it's a marriage of these two things. Now, if you've got a bad partner and a great sales process, you're going to struggle because the leads aren't qualified. If you've got a great partner and a bad sales process, you're still going to struggle because you can't close what they deliver. You need both sides working in tandem. Example of good versus bad partners. A bad partner is going to stack you with sales calls and hope that something sticks, oftentimes because that's what they're incentivized to do. They're going to get defensive when things don't convert, and they're going to blame your inability to close. A good partner works with you to optimize the entire funnel, digs into why calls aren't converting, and helps you to figure it out together. Good partners optimize, bad partners blame. So the honest question you need to ask yourself before doing any of this is, are you actually ready for cold leads? Do you have a sales process that works for cold leads? Can you disqualify fast? Are you tracking the right metrics? If not, you're going to need to fix that first, or at the very least in parallel, to be able to actually accurately evaluate a lead gen partner. Like I said, if you want that full outbound readiness checklist, which is 10 questions to ask yourself and any partner before you get started. Click the link in the description to download.